The second entry in the absolute universe trinity is absolute Superman. We talked previously about absolute Wonder Woman and her self-mutilation that she did. And this time we're getting to absolute Superman, which is disturbing for a whole other reason. Because now we're taking a look at what happened on Krypton. And look, I like Krypton as much as anybody else. Understand? I think it's a good world to dive into and things like that. But this messed up version of Krypton is kind of getting a little weird at what's happening. But we're getting a look at the final days of Krypton in this regard. And while Wonder Woman other things, this time around we're getting introduced to the best parents on Krypton. Will take you along for murder. Let's get into this here, people. Let's really get into this one. So it starts off with Krypton 6 years ago, and you have basically Kal-El, because you can't call him Clark or Superman, because it's Kal-El, talking about how, as a child of Krypton, he was deemed too slow to coordination challenge to qualify for the Law Guild Training Academy. Basically, it's him going over how much he doesn't care to fit in with anything. He doesn't want to be in this. He's not coordinated for that. He has problems at school and all of this. And they keep trying to turn the teenagers on Krypton to basically human teenagers. Like you have one blowing a bubble with gum and all kind of thing. You have different, they basically try to turn it into something that really might not have even been, but guess that's what they could do it. And then you have Kal-El talking about how, he doesn't care about any of them kind of things like that. He's just happy in the Redlands where he could play and explore and all kind of thing. And the only two friends he had in the world were there. His dog Crypto and some flying thing that he had there, stuff like that. And talk about how he and his parents are going out camping and all kind of thing, and they go on to all these different places, and he starts to realize that, he's here, and then his parents start telling him that, they have heard from his teachers and that he isn't doing anything like that. And he basically just tells him that, oh, um, he doesn't want to follow what the school is saying. He wants to write his own things in his own words and this and the other. And they basically tell him, you know what? We're proud of you, son. You do what you want to do. We don't care about what society telling you, that you just do what you think is best. And he's like, yeah, I know what I want to do. I want to just be a rebel and live out here and like that. I don't care about all the societal stuff and all of that. He just wants to be right here. Yeah, and they're so happy and all of that. And that's just the way it is. But then he starts to talk about how, while they're out camping, his father spent the majority of his time checking things, and that, that at night he could swear that, he was hearing his parents crying, how his mother spent all her time working, building something and stuff like that, and things are always going on, and they're talking about the father talking about how, he needs to go and tell the science council thing, he have proof and all of that. All of this is going on and whatnot. But then you start to see things start to happen, like these little gas pockets start popping up all over the place, and animals are dying, and green smoke coming from everything, and they're going around, and he basically put it together that Krypton is dying. But even with that, the officials from the Science League are saying that, oh, it's nothing unusual, um, some natural gas leaks, that's all. And while he's on some field trip to some place and thing like that, he writes an article talking about how this is spreading all over, but they immediately take down the article and all kind of stuff. So they go there and everybody's all these different teenagers and things are there and they're asking them, um how many of them want to work in the in the high wisdom hall, and they're all, yeah, all of them raising their hands and all kind of thing, and he doesn't care. And then he sees his father literally being arrested because the old man went there to try and tell them that Krypton is dying and they don't want to hear. They're dragging him away, and then they literally use a shock staff on him. He tries to fight off the people and them, but he can't do shit because he's small and weak, and they just pretty much slap him aside. So he goes back home and tells his mother what's happening. And what does Mother of the Year immediately do? Run into her barn, get a weapon, a literal weapon, a literal gun. You understand me? And says to him, honey, come with me. We're going to get your father back. And that's what I'm going to do. And she gets the thing, goes with him to the Central Law Guild office and just starts killing people. You understand me? Like, no, 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 nothing. She doesn't go there and ask them, and then she just bursts in and starts killing people immediately. She's just going in there and shooting people, and this gun is blasting lava. That's what she's doing. So she's literally burning these people alive, incinerating them. Okay, there you see people screaming and all kind of thing. And she's just in there offering. I mean, she had to have killed, like, God alone knows how many. And the thing about it is that not only does she bring Crypto along with her, no, she brings her son. You understand me? She brings her son along with her to watch her murder people, because that's how you train your children. That's how you bring them along while you commit the most heinous act known to mankind, murder. Because that's what it is. I mean, she didn't go there and talk to people like that. No, she just walked in and started killing people. All she did. You understand me? Just walking outside, killing people non-stop. And she's just offering them and the other. And then, when she does come in there and like literally murdering people and all kind of blowing up stuff and things like that, she just comes there to him and has like, he's there like, guess the suit works, and you're an idiot. Let's go home, my love. Wait, and they need to do something and stuff like that. And you think that would be the most disturbing part. But no, you'd actually be wrong. It gets worse. It literally gets even more disturbing. Because while there's one of these law enforcement officers on the ground, writhing in pain, while he's literally being burnt alive from the lava that this crazy woman just came in and murdered a bunch of his friends with, right? Young Kal-El is standing there with this look on his face. You understand me? Like he's gone fully insane with them. And hey, tell me your login code and I'll ask my mom not to shoot you anymore. This man is dying in front of you in horrific pain. And you're there, you're saying to him, tell me what I want to know, and I'll ask my mom not to shoot you anymore. She probably won't listen, but you should literally give me that information anyway. Who does this? I mean, you look at his face, literally screams psycho at that point, but that's what's going on. So for some reason, this guard gives him that information. I literally don't know why. Literally don't know why any guard would do that, but his guard gives this information. He logs in and finds out that the ruling classes of Krypton are building starships. Why? Because these a-holes know the planet is dying and they plan to pack up and run and leave everybody else to die. Apparently, this is supposed to be shocking, but it isn't, because you literally established in the very first issue of this of the series that the ruling classes of Krypton are a bunch of assholes. We know that. We know that. It's not shocking to anybody that they would literally run and leave people to die. It's not. We expect that. Of course they're going to do that. Why wouldn't they? You really expected them to not know what the signs were happening when this planet war was going on, and that they would not save themselves and leave everybody else to die? Come on now, man. That was evident from the start. So after all of that, she's just, Cal, we're leaving now. I've murdered enough and I have your father. Let's go home. And these three homicidal maniacs just ride back home in silence. Understand me? And then they decide to basically tell him, listen, Cal, we've had something we didn't know to tell. And he's like, I know Krypton is dying and stuff like that. And he tells him, that, he knows that they want to put him into a spaceship and shoot him off into space alone. And he tells him, he's not going alone. But then they tell him, listen, we're not going to send you alone into space. No, we've built a ship that will house a whole bunch of people, family, friends. We're all going together. Now, we all know that that doesn't work out because he arrived on Earth alone as far as we're aware. You understand me? So it doesn't work out, but they were originally planning to build, well, they have built a ship to save their friends and family and themselves. They all want to leave. That's it. You understand me? But then they were like, we wanted to tell the Science League about it, and hopefully build ships to save everybody. But then Joel is like, they already know. They've been secretly building ships, pouring every resource they have into it, enough ships to carry the upper classes off world, only the upper classes. They don't want anyone else to know that the entire planet's going to. And then they realize that, Kal-El actually uploaded all of this information out there so now everybody knows. You understand me? Everybody knows. The thing about this is that I'm pretty sure this is how it's all going to go very, very wrong. Because now that people know that these a-holes were literally looking to cut out and run and leave them to die, it's probably going to have a whole bunch of rioting and all kinds of that, and something is going to happen and is going to result in Cal being the only one to leave Krypton and everybody else dying. So that's what's happening. So that's it. We literally got murderous parents, a psychotic child, confirmation that the so-called ruling classes of Krypton are a bunch of assholes who are going to save themselves and leave everybody else to die. So then we pretty much already knew that they were going to do. But then we get a little epilogue at the end, where we talk about Central Kansas, and there's this woman in the thing, and I believe it's Martha Kent, and she keeps calling for somebody, but they say that she doesn't have any kids or anything like that, and she is there. But Angel, where did you go? And fly back to me, my sweet angel boy. And you see this picture there, and it looks like the Kents with Superman. Well, I mean with Cal. So I'm guessing at some point he pretty much lived with them. I'm not sure what's going on there, but that's kind of the thing. Instead of that, I mean, look, this one really disturbed me because honestly, this issue of this Superman, this absolute Superman, is trying to do something and not really working out. I understand that they're trying to tell a story as to what happened on Krypton. And it may have made sense if Krypton was really a different place. But since you set it up as a ruling class system, we kind of already knew that these people were going to look to save themselves. That's what the leaders always look to do. We get that. Understand me? However, having Lara go in there and murder people while taking her son along with her is pretty freaking disturbing. You understand me? Having Cal go in and really say to a dying man who's afraid, give me your code and I'll ask my mom not to shoot you anymore. That is pretty disturbing in itself. Overall, I will give this issue of Absolute Superman a 1.9 out of 5. It's not off. It is pretty bad, but I do see what they're trying to do, but they don't really execute it well, in my opinion, at all. It could have been, if they had done something a little differently, maybe, but nah, that was just pretty disturbing. Let me know your thoughts on this in the comments. Have a different opinion. I'd love to hear it. If you like, if you hit that thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. Ring the notification bell to be notified every time I put out a new video. And I shall see you all next time. Take care.